The Sussex last pair were at the wicket on the second day, and they continued to frustrate the Yorkshire bowlers at the start of day 2. Runs came fairly freely for a time, but then a decent delivery from Brooks and Lewis drove at it and was caught the outside edge, and Aaron Finch took a splendid catch in the slips. Lewis out for 61 and Sussex bowled out for 316. In the second over of the Yorkshire reply, Lees got the board ticking with a fine shot for 4 through mid-wicket. Live eventually got a single off McGoffin, the first run the Australian had conceded in the innings as he bowled a very tight opening spell. Hatchett tried a short delivery and Live punished him with a mid-wicket 4. McGoffin then conceded his first boundary with Lees producing a lovely drive. The Yorkshire pair were growing in confidence and runs started to come. On loan James Treadwell was introduced into the attack and he turned a few deliveries but also was pumped high over long on by Live for a huge 6. At this stage Yorkshire 48 for no wicket. A fine cover drive from Lees brought up the 50 partnership for the opening pair and the two continued to play solidly to quell Sussex hopes. But then a breakthrough. Lees out to McGoffin for 22, what turned out to be the last over before lunch. And at that first interval, Yorkshire 56 for 1 in the 25th over, Live and beaten on 30. Jack Leaning, the youngster from York, was the new batsman joining Adam Live. Steve McGoffin continued to contain the pair and caused them a few problems with his excellent style of seam bowling. But when he came out of the attack, runs started to flow a bit more. Live hit Treadwell for another 6 the second time in the innings. Leaning was starting to find his form with a series of attractive shots. Live moved to his half-century with a flick down the leg side, 5 4s and 2 6s, and at Yorkshire at this stage, 107 for 1. Sussex kept on ringing the bowling changes, but the partnership was now past 50 as both were playing well. At this stage, you feel the batsmen were in charge, with Live continuing his marvellous form and Leaning showing his vast improvement. Sussex were forced to bring back Steve McGoffin to try and unravel the partnership, and he did just that. He tempted Live into a hook, which was misjudged. It went high, down to fine leg, and caught by veteran John Lewis. Live gone for 66 with a score on 129 for 2. Some figures for you: 204 minutes for his innings, 153 balls, 6 4s, 2 6s, and the partnership valuable 73 runs. Yorkshire then at tea, 131 for 2 off 56 overs. Gale is naught and Leaning's played well on 39. Andrew Gale hit the first boundary after tea, but soon afterwards he departed, bowled around his legs by the veteran James Treadwell for 5 to give the on-loan spinner his first wicket for Sussex, and at this stage 3 down for Yorkshire but 139 on the board. Treadwell was now becoming more dangerous to the Yorkshire batsman with the occasional turn from the castle end. Bairstow pulled Hatchett away to fine leg for 1, but the fielder was not far away. Leaning, who's been in great form, went to his half-century with a lofted 4 down the ground off Treadwell. 6 4s for Leaning in an impressive knock. Bairstow flipped the ball through on the leg side for another 4 off Hatchett, and the pair were now starting to look confident, with Bairstow running between the wickets in style to put pressure on the Sussex fielders. It was Johnny himself who brought up the 200 and a batting point with a clip through the leg side. The new ball was taken and McGoffin returned, but Leaning showed his confidence, hitting him off the back foot for 4. At the close, Yorkshire can be reasonably satisfied. 208 for the loss of 3 wickets and 89 overs. Leaning 75, that's a career best. Bairstow on 33, and that Sussex lead at the moment is 108.